Hello friends, today we will study the educational philosophy of Johann Henrik Pestalozzi. Johann Henrik Pestalozzi was the biggest humanist, teacher, reformer and the representative of progressive intellectuals of bourgeois revolution of France. So he has given most of the time of his life to public education. So we will learn about the educational philosophy of Johann Henrik Pestalozzi. He was a Swiss social reformer and educator, is known as the father of modern education. So first question you get here is who is the father of modern education? So you can say that Johann Henrik Pestalozzi is the father of modern education. The modern era of education started with him, and his spirit and ideas led to the great educational reforms in Europe in 19th century. Pestalozzi believed in the ability of every individual human being to learn and in the right of every individual to education. So he was in favor of the right of every individual to get education. He believed that it was the duty of society to put this right. Which right? The right of education into practice for every individual of the society. His belief led to education becoming democratic. In Europe, education became available for everyone. He was born on January 12, 1746 in Zurich. Zurich is in Switzerland, and died on 17 February 1827 Prague, that is also in Switzerland. So he was a Swiss educational reformer who advocated education of poor and emphasized teaching methods designed to strengthen the students' own ability. So he was in favor of strengthening the ability of students. He published so many books. So the name of books and year of publishing are Leonard and Gertrude 1781, Christopher and Elizabeth in 1782, on legislation and infanticide in 1783. In this book he condemned the killing of or abandoning unwanted children. So he was against the abortion, and he has given his views on legislation and infanticide. He wrote two children's books. First, Illustration for My ABC Book in 1787 and Fables for My ABC Book in 1795. Pestalozzi's researches into course of nature in the development of human race was published in 1797, which was a pioneer work in educational sociology. According to Pestalozzi, the aims of education is clear from his famous phrase that is catchphrase of Pestalozzi, that head, heart and hand implies the concept of holistic combination of all human capabilities as well as balanced development of intellectual head, religious, emotional and physical forces enabled by education. So he had emphasized on head, heart and hand, which included well-balanced development of intellectual, religious, emotional and physical development of child. According to Pestalozzi, the sole aim of education is the harmonious development of the powers and capacities which are under God's grace make up personality. So personality is made up of various powers and capacities. So aim of education is to develop those powers and capacities. Pestalozzi believed that education should develop the power of head, heart and hands. His aim was for complete theory of education and would lead to a practical way of bringing happiness to humankind. So here role of teacher and school. So Pestalozzi believed that parents needed to be the child's first teacher. So I have started from the role of teacher because he has started from home. So parents, especially mother, is the child's first teacher and the home was the first and best school there could be. So parents and home life was supposed to be a social teacher that taught children the natural experiences needed to expand. So it is home which teaches the child to expand his moral, intellectual and technical powers within themselves. So child start development from the home. So parents were to be the first teachers in a child's life because it was through them that children were to learn right from wrong. Right or wrong, what is right, what is wrong, parents are there to teach them. Otherwise, it would be hard for teachers in the school to further the child's education. So, in order to show their children the importance of cleanliness in life, parents could teach their children housekeeping as a basic beginning lesson. So, he was in favor of cleanliness and right and wrong, what is right and righteousness. These such trainings or such education should start from the home and which can be easily done by parents. So this method would be a kind of hands-on experience Pestalozzi wanted. So when it comes to teachers teaching the children in a school setting, when children goes to school, Pestalozzi believed first that teachers were to be experts not only in subjects. So teachers should be expert not only of subjects but also they should know the psychology of child, about the knowledge of the child. They also had to be kind, open hearted and cheerful as well as affectionate. So Pestalozzi emphasized not only the parents should be careful and teach the children at home. He had expected much from teachers also. So teacher were also not supposed to impose his or her attitudes and ideas on the student, but rather they were to encourage the child. So they have to encourage the child's attitudes and ideas. Children were to be taught by the teacher in regards of nature and basic elements. He also realized that students had to be taught by the nature of the child. So what is the nature, what is his attitude, what is his interest, child should be educated accordingly, which means taking into account the stages of development at which child is. So education should be given according to the child's development stages. More specifically, Pestalozzi saw the study of language, science, geography, history and nature as being most important. So he has given more importance to language, science, geography, history and nature. So we will see in the curriculum the subjects Pestalozzi has included in the curriculum of the of teaching children. Since the aim of education is to educate the whole child by balancing between hands, heart and head, so the knowledge and skills are most important to learn are arithmetic, geography, science, music, drawing, language and physical education. So he has given much stress on these subjects. He saw arithmetic as the most important because it is based on sensory experience. According to him, part of the arithmetic that children should be taught is how to understand numbers and how 2 and 2 makes 4. So they have to understand. To do this, he encouraged mothers to let their children count objects found in the home. So this should start from the home where mothers should help the children counting the objects present at home. When it came to the students of geography and studies of geography and science, Pastology made it so that students would learn about both forms. In geography, we see the forms of land forms, mountains, valleys, rivers, and hand-on approach by taking walking tours to their neighborhoods. So they should be taken to the neighborhoods to see the landforms. While looking at the environment around them, they would also see the types of landforms and weather patterns of that specific area. So we'll see that you can see in a country, the country is so vast that there are various landforms and various types of weather conditions. Somewhere it is very hot, somewhere it is very cold, somewhere in northeastern side of our country there is too much rain. So the children should be taken to tour to see these variety of seasons and weathers. So Pastology viewed music, he has given importance to music as an important part of elementary curriculum. He believed that music would be the key to a moral education because in his words he said music speaks to the heart. So music speaks to the heart, so one can sing only when one is happy. So it comes from heart. So melody of music comes from heart, inner. It is an inner feeling that comes out. So as we can see, Pastology viewed all of the major subjects as important to learn in elementary education curriculum. So in elementary education, he has included all these subjects: drawing, language, physical education. He has also given much importance to physical education because drawing express the individual's talent. So whatever you draw, it comes from it shows your creativity, your talent. So language was also important in order to students to express their feeling and beliefs. Then Pastology saw physical education as important because in his time physical education was neglected and children were not allowed to move in the classroom. So as a result of this, Pastology believed that full development is not possible because only mental and moral qualities count when they are sitting in the classroom throughout the day, but physical capacity is not developed. So he has given stress on physical education, which is extremely important in making children flexible and strong. Methods of teaching. Pastology noticed that learning in the classroom consisted primarily of reading out of text and using rote learning for songs, scriptures and psalms. This is not a type of learning that Pastology favored. Rather, he wanted children to be able to learn a less restrictive setting. So they should be given some freedom to learn. So we to have students to learn by a hands-on approach, by creativity, by doing learning by doing. This means that given tools and simple overview of what they will accomplish, students should be able to go out and gather information and come up with the answers of their own. So this should be given some assignment or some work and they should be set free to go out and collect the answers or bring the answers of their own. So children should not be given answers, but instead they should arrive at answers themselves. So they should go out and search the answers and bring the answers. So rather than having knowledge that was artificial, that was given in classroom by teachers, Pastology wanted that knowledge that led to efficiency in useful doing, practical. He believed in practical work, real work of the humans. So he developed his concept on residential school. He also developed a concept of residential school where children will live and educated within an emotionally secure setting. Discipline. About discipline, Pastology was a critic of conventional schooling and prescription for educational reform. So, he rejected corporal punishment, rote memorization and bookishness. So, he was not in favor of bookish knowledge. He was not in favor of corporal punishment. So students, he envisioned schools that were home-like institutions where teachers actively engaged in students in learning by sensory experience. So he was in favor of learning through sense organs or sensory experience. So such schools were to educate individuals who are well-rounded intellectually, morally, and physically. Through engagement in activities, students will learn useful vocations. So they will learn vocations also that complement their studies. So and discipline should be self-discipline. There should not be punishment for indiscipline. Emphasizing sensory learning, the special method used was called Anshu Chuang principle. So what is Anshu Chuang principle? It is a process that involves forming clear concepts from sense impressions. So getting knowledge through the sense organs or sense impressions, that is by touching, by smelling, hearing and seeing. So sense impressions. Pestology designed object lessons in which children guided by teachers examine the form of the things or objects, number, quantity, weight of objects, name them after direct experience. So object teaching was the most popular. So he has given the concept of object teaching. So teaching through showing the objects, through touching the object, through smelling, through hearing, through seeing. So object teaching was most popular and widely adopted element of pestologism. Pestology designed an elaborate series of graded object lessons by which children examine minerals. So they can examine minerals. Object teaching, object lessons. Under object lessons, they can examine minerals, plants, animals, human-made artifacts found in their environment. Following a sequence, instruction moved from simple to complex. First, they will learn see the simple object, then they will learn complex things. So from easy to difficult and concrete to abstract. So first easy things will be shown, then difficult things can be shown to them and they learn about the difficult things from concrete to abstract things. Pestology opposed traditional school formalism and verbalism, emphasized children's interest and needs. Such educational emphasis as child-centered school. So he was in favor of child-centered education, child permissiveness and hands-on process learning and had their origins with pestology, hands-on process. So he had given much importance on doing. So human beings are able to use powers that sit apart from other species. So these powers make human being different from other species. So pestology explains these includes intellectual, practical and moral powers. Human beings are able to experience things differently than other species in the world. So they are because they are intellectual and smart. So pestology believes that in order for us as humans to be intellectual, we must become aware of our five senses: seeing, tasting, feeling, smelling, and hearing. Without these five senses, there is no way we can be intellectual. So, because we would not be aware of what is happening around us in the outside world if we have no five senses. So, perhaps the most important part of being human is moral powers of the heart. So moral powers of heart enables us to feel, to have feeling of all types of emotions. In the history of education, Significant contribution of Johann Henrik Pestalozzi are his educational philosophy and instructional method that encourage harmonious development of intellectual, moral and physical power. So his methodology of empirical sensory learning. So method of learning was sensory learning, sensory learning, especially through object lessons. So seeing the object, touching, smelling, all the five sensory organs work together to give a knowledge. So object lessons are done through sensory organs. His use of activities, excursions and nature studies that anticipated progressive education. So these are the progressive education. So Pestalozzi believed that immediate environment in a child's life is what had the most influence and what they were to learn in life. So it is home life. Okay. So immediate learning comes from home life and most important institution is home, which is the most important institution in child's learning is his home. Child's education starts from home according to Pestalozzi. So the role of mother is very important. The role of home is very important. This is what Pestalozzi said in regards to who should be educated and schooled. So about who should be educated and schooled, according to Pestalozzi, all men from any background, for any economic background, should be educated. So he was in favor of education for all, education for masses. His legacy to later educator was his emphasis on children's holistic physical, mental, psychological development. His emphasis on empirical learning, his reforms of elementary and teacher education. So he has stressed much on elementary education because elementary education is the central point for democratic teaching. And according to Pestalozzi, education should start from simple elements. So his reform of elementary and teacher education and his anticipation of child-centered progressivism is very important, and he was very much in favor of labor, physical, aesthetic, moral education along with mental education. He has said that in educational process the various aspects should be given concrete form so that the coordinated and holistic development of a student is possible. So that's all about Pestalozzi. Thank you very much.